Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to GSR Global Spec Racing here. Season 14, round 10, we're getting closer and closer to the end of the season, and now we're here for the third last race of the season at the Yas Marina Bay track? Yes, Marina track, I think it's only Abu Dhabi, ladies and gentlemen, and once again, I'm not alone here. I'm with Matt as usual by now. Hello, mate. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm doing pretty well. Thank you for that warm welcome here in this for this night race that we'll have in Abu Dhabi, in the capital of basically most of the Emirates, most of the Arabian Gulf, but also capital of a lot of money, a lot of expensive things as we can see by this track. Also next to it we have the Ferrari World with one of the fastest roller coasters the whole world, from what I remember, as well as one of the tallest buildings in the world, actually the tallest one nearby in Dubai, Khalifa. So we are in a very illustrious region area, and yeah, can't wait to see how this race unfolds then.
Yeah, I'm also very excited ahead of this. That's for a number of facts, but we'll come to this later. First off, we can look at the race results from last week. Should be here on the screen. Oh, what is going on there? Why is it? Wait a second. Why is it looking so weird? But okay, then I'll just go quickly through this. Don't mind this weird graphic then. Yeah, we were at Singapore last week with a surprise winner in form of Thaler. Yeah, who won the race ahead of Speed Demon and then Vapor on the podium. What was a bad weekend for yeah, Vapor's rivals technically. I mean, Speed Demon made up a little bit of ground, but not really that much. And, oh my god, I can't read it. Was it Lazar in P4? Sorry guys. Yeah, Lazar in P4, Jensen in P5, 8 in P6, Harold P7, Joblin P8, Infinity P9, and Pavel in P10. And now I'm very curious if the other graphics are crazy as well. Driver standings?
I can help you read the driver standings if you want.
Yeah, you can do that if you want.
Because for the driver standings, we actually have an opportunity to crown champion of this season, of this reactivated GSR season today. As if Vapor wins with both pole position, I think, at fastest lap, and lap scores no points, I think he can win it. And I think if he only wins it, or wins it with fastest lap, it's like somewhere around equal points, but he will have more race wins than Lazar.
Yeah. So you can also look. You can look in the chat, because I wanted to come on to that as well, because Burkan made a very nice graphic for that. That Lazar left. Try to get him back in. That I think Lazar needs to outscore. Vapor needs to outscore Lazar by 25 points exactly, and then he wins the title. And he also needs to outscore Speed Demon by 12 points as well, and he would win the title. So yeah.
Both of these need to get yes, the Speed Demon would need to get then P5, and then Vapor Lazar no points, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
With fastest lap, you said?
No, I think only without fastest lap. 25 points.
At 25 points, okay, so yeah, so that would put them equal, and then you would have, and then you would have on the basis of wins, Vapor would win, because as we know from driver standing, Lazar has only 2 wins, and that would be Vapor's 5th win, and there are 2 races left in the season after this. Lazar would have maximum 4 wins.
Exactly.
So yeah, no chance. But on the top of that, we have some other drivers. Actually, Aid is very close to clinching P4 Small Check. Stopped racing a couple of races back, actually, having So great podium and almost podium finishes, as well as Sturmer and Sturmer racing, but Jimbo, who is racing as pretty much every week, Steven's teammate, is also close to overtaking all those drivers that decided to stop racing and get close to 8th results, P4 and P5. So yeah, apart from that, obviously we have FR, our research driver in P9 of the standing, who is again racing today, this time under Ferrari banner. And we have Tomos, who is not racing today, closing our top 10. And then for the team standing, Alpine pretty much is in a battle with McLaren and Sauber, and it just depends on all of those three drivers, how they bear in this race and how their teammates can help them, because we've seen mixed results from all of the teammates, but this night out we have the full-timers GSR Callum and Jimbo both helping out their, well, much faster and better teammates. And for Alpine we have Oscar, who have had some great qualifying, but never could have translated that onto the races. And then we have Red Bull, Aston Martin, Haas, Ferrari Racing, Mercedes and Williams in that order. Williams hindered by Josh's qualifying ban that he received from the next race. He have to start to the back of the grid, and also Sam L, I see, retired too. I don't know if you saw that.
Yeah,
that.
I don't know why, to be fair. No, I didn't saw that.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
Yeah. But yeah, so definitely very exciting constructors fight, that's for sure. Drivers, maybe not too much. Maybe we already see a champion being crowned tonight. Maybe, but I'm gonna say probably it will go on to the next race, because that Lazar won't score any points is highly unrealistic, I would say. But yeah, so if we're gonna see a driver being crowned here tonight, we definitely have an exciting drivers constructors fight ahead of us. Alright, looking at the qualifying here then, with a couple of minutes left, I think 7 minutes roughly should be left in this session. We have Vapor, Jake on pole position, going very slowly there. Very interesting. Wait, did he retire?
Letting Jimbo pass.
Wait, no, he's in the pits now. Why is it? Oh! Yeah, and there's a Ferrari out of FR77 in the last sector there. Currently sitting in P3. Very good lap time from FR77, I have to say.
You cut that perfectly though. That corner is very tricky. I have been able to finally get the game and just do a couple of laps around it, and that corner there, I don't remember exactly which turn it is, I will check in a moment, but it has some weird kind of off-camber variant as Speed Demon goes fastest, beating Jake by a lot actually, by almost 3 tenths. It's continuing, that corner has very weird off-camber balance, and therefore it's just hard to, well, get the car around, basically. If you turn a little bit too much and you get onto that off-camber bit, you basically spin out, and that's what we saw with FR, even though he had some qualifying lap so far. He struggled there with balance, and that might affect him for the race later on.
Yeah, and I just saw in the Discord chat that Lazar actually had a power outage. Or power cut, basically. So that's why he left the session. I tried to get him in again.
He joins swiftly. Yeah, let's hope he joins swiftly.
Where is he?
Yeah, I am checking that corner is turn 14, actually. Okay.
Yeah, he said his power or his internet hasn't come back yet. Oh, that's so unlucky. I might take everything back what I said, that Lazar might... It's not unrealistic now that he can't score any points. As we see here Callum coming into the pits.
Well, but let's not forget Vapor still has to win it, and Demon takes up the hand after him, and also we have the previous race winner follow, and Alfie and Oscar, all of them following pretty closely. There's not much of a gap between actually Speedyman and Lava, to be honest. There's only around 7 tenths throughout the whole top 10, pretty much. The only one losing out a little bit more is Aid, as we swiftly come to his teammate, who had declared that it is his last race for the time being today in GSR. He has had some lackluster results, but we'll see if he can do something more. As this is his time lap, I believe he did improve by quite a bit from his first time out, but it is not a positive improvement as he now goes off the track a little bit. He's gonna try to regain balance most thoroughly to try and gather himself for the next lap. Infinity also crossing the line here, as we're now in a small bit of session where we are waiting for the leaders to go out for their last time laps.
Yeah, exactly. And Lazar just joined back as well, so that's good to see that he can continue driving here, hopefully at least, and he doesn't have another power cut. But we hope for the best. Obviously, currently sitting in P9, obviously not where he wants to be, but he obviously lost the opportunity to have 1 or 2 times laps here, maybe, as we're still following Infinity here into the chicane in the middle sector. And now onto the second straight with DRS. His teammate is ahead of him, giving him a little bit of a tow there. Let's see if that will make a difference. FR77, like we mentioned, sitting in P3 still. And that is some brilliant teamwork here from the Ferraris, because FR77 is on his outlap now. And when Infinity now finishes his lap, he will give the tow to his teammate then. And
good sportsmanship there.
Yeah, good sportsmanship and good teamwork as well. And I think we maybe see a surprise here. I think that could make the difference when the gaps are so small, like they are here right now. I think this could make the difference for FRT77 maybe in just a minute when he is setting another lap. Infinity stays in P17 for now, and
as we now can switch to FR, I think.
Yeah, good point.
They are on their timed laps. Jake also on an out lap, as they can see. Speedyman, Fallow, Oscar's on a timed lap, but let's follow the Ferrari teammate of Infinity.
Oh!
Close to each other, actually, and they make contact. That's incredible development. There was something not quite right with that.
Oh!
Oh no, that's yeah, that is
Oh.
an Infinity a 5-plate grid drop for.
Yeah, FR got the drift up.
FR got the drift grid drop as well. I thought I saw Infinity story then. Yeah, that is not right from FR.
No.
Even if there was some miscommunication between them going on there, that's just not right, and that will be penalized for sure. But let's see our the top of the leaderboard. Dauber, Demon now going through section 2, and he will try to attack the third braking sector of the lap. Now goes through all those turns here. Turn 15 onto the final 2 corners. A lot of battery usage. Lap out through this section. Oh, a little bit wide there, but then cross over through the track, and at this, and not an improvement.
No, he barely misses out on his personal best, and that could make the difference maybe, because we see Vapor here. I'm so confused, because for a moment it said he's on his outlap again. Now he's and he's lagging massively, I think. Oh my god.
I can
yeah.
He said he's running from the hotspot. His Discord was already lagging, but when the session started and we were showing the standings, I already noticed that Jake was lagging a lot, and I just hope it doesn't hinder anyone else,
Yeah.
and it doesn't also hinder himself because I hope that he just doesn't like suddenly merge into another driver and retire because
Yeah.
of that. He seems to be on quite a fast lap though.
Yeah, and here comes Thalo now, also finishing his lap. He did good last week, and he does good again. Thalo goes to P2 now, pushing Lazar into P3 and Jake into P4. But here comes Jake now, round the final corner he goes. Can he take pole? No he can't. Wait, Alfie takes pole. Okay.
Indeed, wow.
Yeah, Alfie then takes pole, provisional pole, 22.0. Speed Demon is technically on the lap, but he invalidated, no improvement for him. Callum then, one of the last drivers ahead of him is Jimbo as well on track. And Callum no improvement, Jimbo also no improvement, and that means Alfie will start from pole ahead of Speed Demon. Then Oscar goes into P3. Thalo P4, Lazar P5 and Jake in P6 even only.
That's very interesting. Both championship. Oh, and Vapor disconnected. Can you try to invite him quickly?
Yeah, Vapor.
Yeah, but I'm just gonna mention that both of these championship rivals put next to each other on the track on the starting grid. That will be quite something, and it will be quite down the order in the top 10, in the middle of the top 10 actually.
Yeah.
So very interesting.
Yeah, and here we have the run order. FR77 also now with his 5 seconds that would drop into P14, but deserved for that incident, I would have said. The second one that was completely unnecessary, so yeah. But anyway, I think one of the closest qualifying we've had so far this season, like nearly half the grid within half a second. Like we have again a massive gap between P9 and P10. But yeah, very, very interesting. ATM Josh with his qualifying ban. That's why he didn't set a lap time. Yeah. And oh my god, I already saw it in the Discord chat. We have a rain race at Abu Dhabi, ladies and gentlemen.
The desert had filled out some tier looking. I don't know. Maybe they saw the wow. Maybe they saw what FR did to Infinity, and the desert god have brought us rain upon Abu Dhabi, upon the Yas Marina space circuit. That's incredible.
Yeah.
But, wow.
But
it's a miracle.
But it also could be like a Lewis Hamilton drive in 2018 now in Germany. For Vapor that could help him, maybe the gods know that rain will help him or something like that, and he would drive to P1.
This is up the championship fight, because the one that's actually that actually behind in the championship fight, trying to attack from the third position, is Pete Demon starting the highest from his championship rival. So that's very interesting here. We see the track is very slippery. They're trying to feel out that they're starting on intermediate. Seems like the rain is not quite too heavy, but they do have to start on intermediate. I don't know if we'll see rain being static or perhaps fading away into slick tire conditions, but
it looks very cloudy. I don't think the rain is going anywhere so quickly.
Look at Alfie trying to heat up the intermediate tire, sliding all over the back straight of the circuit. Incredible development. But actually, I also noticed we do have two Alpines close to each other and in top position. I think this may benefit Vapor a lot. There are a lot of factors that can benefit Vapor. If he does have some good setup for grip, for rain, then it will benefit him the most. But I guess then he and Lazo might have sacrificed from qualifying track speed to have a better start here because they obviously can see those weather reports. But that would be quite incredible, and also with 19 drivers on the grid, it will be quite something. Rain in Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, and I just got insider information that the weather report says it should go dry somewhere around the halfway point. So,
Okay.
roughly on lap 15 or so. So, thanks to FR for that information. But yeah, nonetheless, very interesting. I've rarely seen a wet start here at Abu Dhabi, so I'm very excited for this one. Do you want to do it or do I? Should I? Okay.
I have never seen a wet start.
I've once in my very first league where we did 100% races, I did a full wet weather race at Abu Dhabi, 100%. That was crazy. Anyway.
Let's focus now as we saw some drivers DSQing on their way to the grid. But that doesn't matter now because all of them will struggle and be surprised quite a lot. We see Speed Demon tilted a little bit into feet to try and get a better getaway. But now the lights are gonna go out. They've been held for a very long time as we see all of the drivers struggling, but I think Alfie got quite a good getaway. Oscar trying to leading to follow. All of them to be free. A lot of link there. Vapor is he lost some positions. Vapor is DNF. And we have a safety car immediately due to that. I don't know if it's connected to his leg or if it's struggling. This gives a great chance for Lambda to catch up in the championship. Speed Demon as well. That is very interesting what happened there. All of them got a pretty good getaway, a pretty clean getaway, but it's Jake who
Yeah, exactly, and that is the championship leader out on lap 1. And obviously she still has a good gap to the guys behind, but that now closes dramatically as, like I said, Speed Demon and Laza both are able to catch up and make up some ground, but they got some hard competition here in this race. We got still Ivy ahead of both of them in P1, Speed Demon still in P2, then Oscar and Talo also ahead of Laza. So yeah, there needs something to happen, and there is something happening. Oscar is trying to overtake Speed Demon through the last couple of corners. Yeah, and Talo also making it 3 wide now. Who's gonna come out ahead? That 3 wide going into the penultimate corner. And now Talo maybe taking all of them down the inside into the final corner. And they're still all side by side with Speed Demon now retaking the position. But they all lost out massively to Ivy ahead, and still side by side Oscar and Talo. And I think they're still side by side, but now Oscar is giving up, I think. So the order changed it a little bit. Speed Demon still in P2, but Oscar, Talo now in P3. Oscar down to P4. And Laza also waiting behind. APX Wheeze also trying to go for a move. They're all so close together, and they're all sliding around in these conditions.
Into that tricky final sector between Speed Demon, Fallow and Oscar. They're already giving it a great show at Oscar, now attacking down the inside of Fallow. Having a lot of luck involved unfortunately, as Fallow is trying to get through Speed Demon. Laza up all in front of Oscar, up right down the speed driver. Back up to P4, and there's some contact I think between them, but Laza gives in and Oscar is up to P4. And there's some battling also. I think trying to attack Laza. Oscar sliding a lot. They're all surviving here this weather, maybe trying to wait out the conditions until the slick tires, as it will become much easier to drive around this because it's just so tricky in these half wet, half dry conditions. Alfie did the fastest lap as he pulls away from the running pack of Demon,
Oh.
Oscar, Lada, Reed, and Exy Joseph is also up there. Callum keeping in front of this train, trying to battle for points. We also saw some pit stops, I think, from Samuel and Pavel. But now coming back onto the wide lead again. Oh, Joseph behind me, like 3 wide. In turn 5 here. Lada for keep position. And now we see an onboard view from him as Reed, I think, using a lot of battery, trying to close in and get a look, but not quite there yet. Quite far from going forward. The
Yeah, and here we now see the move maybe for P2, not quite. Thalo very close to the back of Speed Demon, and now Speed Demon runs a little bit wide. That might have opened the door for Thalo, who's trying to go keep up with him through the next couple of corners. They make contact, and there's wing damage, I believe. Maybe not massively, but we saw some debris flying around. They luckily flew off the track and are not laying on the track. And Thalo now going for the move. Speed Demon really struggling out there. Not sure if we maybe have even let him through because of that incident a couple of corners earlier, but Thalo is now up into P2 and Speed Demon into P3, and we see the first pit stop from the top runners with Oscar heading into the pits. That's very early. We still see the rain, so I don't think he's going for dry tires. That must be... No. Alright. Yeah, indeed.
But in a way, as the reserve keeps roll apart from scoring, the contractor's capital points has been reduced almost to 0 as Jake has gone out, so he won't be used to help his teammate win the championship now. Because even if Lada scores no points, it's impossible yet, but Lada and Speed Demon both keeping himself quite high up in the top 10, and they will gain a lot on Vapor, as well as McLaren and Sauber. They may gain a lot in the constructor standings to Alpine if Oscar keeps trailing down at the back.
Yeah, and I think he will. I don't see that's changing so quickly. Obviously anything can happen, but at the moment Speed Demon in P3, he would gain 15 points, also 1 point for Jimbo. So that means 16 points gone from the 24-second lead from Alpine to Sauber. So that would cut down drastically. And also Laza and Callum, they're currently scoring 18 points, if I'm correct. So yeah, so 18 points from the 22 lead from Alpine over them, also gone. So yeah, this is an intense race here.
Yeah, would take the constructor standings battle up to great heights, going into the last 2 races of the season. Also, you mentioned that you wanted to quickly see it would cut it would cut Vapor's lead massively. Even some 15 points would help Lava massively, as he would be only within podium reach of the Alpine driver. But I also heard that from the insights that Vapor will be ready in some moment after suffering a small concussion or something. Will be ready for an interview right here and here on the stream. So we will pick up some content, and when the race is a bit calmer, we may invite him. But for now, we're seeing a great battle with 8 trying to go for a move on FR, as I think Pavel has some problems causing a yellow flag in sector 1. 8 is not quite there, although FR gets a twitch out of turn 12, and there's a contact! FR broke quite suddenly there, going through this tricky set of corners, and that make 8 get a lot of wing damage, lost that place on the left there, I think it was left-hand side corner, or no, that was right, actually. And scrambling in the back end of the grid as well, between the Williams and Visa Cup drivers. of Quick Vic, Souls and ATM George. They are kind of like a duo of real-life Williams. They're not the fastest drivers, but trying to do their best to score points and participating in every race, which I respect a lot. As we now cut back into the battle for the last podium.
Yeah. Okay, Matt, can you maybe check your microphone? Because sometimes you just, I don't know if it's when you get really excited or so, but it's really cutting out and stuff. Like when you talk normally, it's fine, but when you be a little bit energetic, it's cutting out for very weird. Yeah, but just a heads up. Yeah, good. Yeah, but still, like I said, we see the battle here between Lazar and Joseph for P4, and Lazar is kind of struggling. Here comes Joseph trying to go round the outside. Lazar closes the door, and he's staying ahead for now, but Lazar seems to be struggling a bit, but also Speed Demon is ahead of him now, and they're both not really in those positions you would expect them, as Lazar massively trying to keep the car on track there. Really struggling. He is hoping that the track dries up as quickly as possible, and he's round! Lazar half spun on the final corner. He's back on track, but he dropped down to P6, and his teammate Callum is now coming from behind, as well as FO77 and 8, and that's not gonna help Lazar even more. This is his opportunity now, this race. Jake is out already, so Lazar really needs those points to keep his championship dreams somewhat alive.
Yeah, but that's very unfortunate for the McLaren driver. Also, he has a 3-second penalty, which so far has been pretty rare in the top 10 runners. Only him and Lee has gotten a penalty. We see Pavel with another problem, and it brings up the full safety car again. Because the first one was BSC from what I remember.
Yeah.
And this one though brings out a full safety car condition, which will be probably a small relief. Oh, he crashes again, I think I've heard there.
Yeah.
He does, but he doesn't lose his wheel, which is shows the strength of today's F1 cars quite well. But yeah, he will try to limp back to the pits, and he is on the brink of losing a lap. Actually, no, he's not pitting. It's quite peculiar for the Czech driver in his last race for now of GSR. He, as he said in the interviews pre-race, he doesn't want to go out with a bang. So, I don't think that the bank he was searching for at Alfie is the first one among the leaders outside of Oscar who hit it quite early.
Yeah.
He is pitting now, and following him as are every other driver pretty much. I'm wondering if they will be switching. Well, that was very close. I wonder if there will be switching to
No. Yeah. I mean, it's still raining way too much to switch for intermediates, but yeah, if it's correct and we see the rain stopping at around lap 15, I think this is the right call to go for new intermediate tires now. I mean, since everybody does this, isn't gonna change anything anyway, so yeah, but if you want, I think we could use this opportunity to interview Vapor now, Jay.
Yes, I think we can try Vapor indeed.
Can you message him then?
Yes,
Alright. So, and here we still see, Pavel now also with a 3-second time penalty.
yeah. We have Vapor here. Hello, Jake.
Oh.
How are you?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I want to say, I mean, I'm alright.
Yeah, understandably. He's just frustrated. Obviously, let's talk us through the incident on lap 1 because we didn't quite see it on stream. What happened?
Well, obviously, I just split.
Oh.
Going back.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I'm not watching the stream at the same time. So I'm get on this people. And then I tried to join back, got in the lobby and Apex these anyway. Basically, I thought I wasn't controlling it, but I was controlling my own car. I couldn't like, see my own onboard, so I don't know how to explain this, but imagine you drive and I realised that when I could pick my audio back from ear to. So then I stopped and I paused and I went over to the onboard. Come out and onboard the render. Then I just went to the barrier. I didn't see the crash, I just kept the must be like moving out. So yeah, well, I also which will be decent, which wasn't that wasn't ideal, but yeah, kind of a race where especially what's happened to Lava so far, probably could have wrapped. I've just had one of those games where I'm gas
could you just quickly mention for us, Lucas, why it's different? What happened today that the connection with everything is not doing you too well today?
Well, yeah, obviously I had my wife. But I'm very annoyed about that because, well, obviously it's not anything in my control. Like, I can't. No one to blame for it. I'm coming in.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you. Alright then, you wanna lead the research, Soren?
Yeah, I can do. Alright then. Here we go then. Safety car in this lap, ladies and gentlemen. Alfie then will lead him away as he did this whole race so far. Thalo then in P2 Speed Demon, and his teammate Jimbo also got up to P4. How the hell did he do? Oh, he didn't pit it. Anyway then, Alfie then. Here we go, lap 9 or lap 10 I should say. Here we go green again. The race is underway again. Good restart then from Alfie. No pressure from Thalo or Speed Demon. Jimbo, however, he's already quite creating a gap there to his teammate, and he's holding up Whis and Joseph right behind him. But so far everyone made it safe through the first couple of corners. And we see here already Whis then going for the move on Jimbo. Obviously the tire difference is dramatic here. And Joseph right behind also trying to squeeze through, and he does so, I think. Now the drag race down towards the chicane, but I think it's not even a drag race. Joseph already got him. Now Jimbo has to defend against Laza, who might wants to go through as well. And there he goes down the inside into the chicane. And Laza also takes a position. Jimbo already down 3 positions from the start. There you can see what a difference those tire ages make.
I think though, in a way, lightly sacrificing Jimbo, or Jimbo lightly sacrificing himself, has helped a little bit to him, because he has created more than 1 second of a gap to Whis actually. But I am also seeing that the track is trying a little bit also, seemingly, which, well, I wanted to say if Jimbo would hold his positions, then it would benefit him quite well, because he would gain a pit stop that way. But as the field got punched up massively, he's losing, falling down the leaderboard like a worker from a ladder on very tough construction jobs. As now down to P11. But we're still seeing a little bit of wetness on the track, as Fallow is still keeping quite close to Alfie, not giving up, trying to go for the double win as a reserve. Would be quite an achievement. So we'll see if we can do that. Speed Demon still behind them, losing track to them actually, but having quite a safe gap for the time being. Whis behind them.
Yeah, exactly. And now we see maybe Ifitalo going for the move. No, not quite. He still has to wait. Obviously, in those conditions, DRS is not activated. That's for safety reasons. But we might see it be activated in the length of this race. And here, Thalo getting a way better exit than Alfie does. Out of the chicane in the middle sector and now towards this newly designed corner in the last years. And around the outside, Thalo needs to go. But Alfie is going make it very hard for him. But I think Thalo make it as Alfie nearly spins around. He kept it straight though. But Thalo is taking the lead of the race now.
What a move from Thalo around the outside of turn 12. Very greatly done and very cleanly as well. Alfie just doesn't seem to have the same kind of grip at this exact moment of the race as the race control is activating DRS, as I think that was Weiss going into the pit lane, jumping immediately. He might benefit if the track dries up massively in, during the course of this lap. He will probably switch to either, well, probably Hards. I think Hards could get you till the end of this race, as with him diving Oscar, Sam L, 8, Harold. They're also going for slick tires. If you could switch to the tires, yes, indeed they're going for Hards, as expected. And we'll see how Thalo and Alfie can both supply their intermediate tires. As Thalo actually, oh, he unfortunately disconnected. So yeah, please swiftly invite him.
Yeah, I don't.
Braking for the Aston Martin driver.
Oh, there he is. All right. Yeah, that's very unlucky. Damn.
That's indeed very unlucky. A lot of people are disconnecting today, having some issues, which is unfortunately not helping the spectacle of this race, which so far has brought some amazing battles as Thalo joins back in and Speed Demon gets past his ghost. But they will now probably dive into the pits. They've tiptoed their way through the course of the whole lap on these intermediate tires on the trying track, so now we'll see them pit most probably. As we see, no, Speed Demon actually stays out. XD Joseph dives down, Laza with him, HRT Alfie with the fastest lap. And now if we follow XD Joseph and the bunch on the medium up, or the follow like that. We'll see where they go up in accordance to Weiss and Oscar, because both of these guys were right in the battle for the top 6, 7 positions. The track is still a little bit wet, as seen Joseph here with very tight pit exit. Weiss now also going out of the track, but trying to keep in, and he gets just behind Laza, so actually the track might have not dried so quickly, because I think Weiss was just in front of Laza before the pit stop. So that is quite interesting, as we see FR there with a lot of wheels out of turn 5, and Oscar now has an easy target here in form of the Ferrari driver. Actually Quick went for mediums, which is quite an interesting decision for this for the stage of the race.
Yeah, but to be fair, I was thinking about it as well. The hards are gonna be very hard to bring up to temperature now under these conditions. As we see the overtake from Weiss on Laza. He overshoots the corner though, and Laza maybe is doing the switchback. And yeah, Laza easily retakes the position. That was very ambitious from Weiss there, who was carrying a lot of speed into the corner. And we also, yeah, there's still is AI, I think. Not sure if he rejoined back.
Yeah, I think he rejoined.
Oh.
I think he stayed out.
Yeah, then it might be a little bit too late. Anyway, now the questions. Where is Speed Demon coming out? You can see Joy, the Speed Demon. Oh no! Oh, how did he survive that?
I think he kept no wing damage there.
Yeah. Oh, and Speed Demon and Laza very close together. The two championship contenders as well going for it. Laza diving down the inside. No, he's taking the nose back out of it there. But they are very close together now. And they both need those points. They both can't risk a crash now. And here we see then Laza going for the move into the chicane.
But sorry to interrupt. XD Joseph gained quite a lot. He's now in provisional P2, P3, because actually Joseph was like 6, 7 before the pit stop, so he gained massively on those troubles and different pit laps from his rivals on track. Speed Demon doesn't quite have the facility to dive back down the inside of Laza, and now Weave is gonna try to hunt him down. Laza will try to claw back the positions and the points as Oscar retired on the exit of turn 5, and we have a full safety car once again. I think we've seen there at the moment, that's the wreck of his car.
Interesting.
He went into the wall, I think, or he crashed with another driver, and I think he was in a battle with FR at that point, which
and Thalo just pitted now, and this is gonna be close. This is he might stay in the lead.
He might save his position, even though he's disconnected. He stays in the lead.
Oh my god!
So incredible. The whole top 7 got shaked up by all of this development, all of the dry tire switch, and the safety car now caused by Oscar crash. But I think it might have had to do something with FR and Oscar actually had a fight which ended quite badly 2 months ago in USA. It might have something to do with that, maybe? Some kind of retaliation, I hope not, but it did make Oscar immediately retire. And on that part of the track, which is quite weird because that wall is quite far away from the track, but those are just my suspicions. But Fallow and XD Joseph are both a bit big gainers basically in that, as they in a lot of positions due to that Fallow actually closed match.
Yeah, and also with Oscar now also crashing out of this race, it is a double DNF for Alpine, and that means no points for the championship leaders, no points for P1 in the constructors, and that now also once again just really puts the pressure up on McLaren and Sauber now as well to gain some points now, as they are pretty close to Alpine in the constructor standings, with McLaren only being 22 points behind and Sauber 24 points. Obviously Laza in P4 right now will score some decent points, 12 points, and Callum as well too, so that would put the gap down to 8 points between Alpine and McLaren. And yeah, Speed Demon will secure 10 points. Jimbo also won as of now, so that would put them down to 13 points as well. So as it stands right now, the gap between the top 3 constructors going into the last 2 rounds would be 13 points between the top 3. That would be crazy.
That is quite close, considering that to win the Constructors' Championship this race, Alpine would have to have around 54 points of gap ahead. And as it stands, they would make it 13. That's that might take the battle right down to... Oh, sorry, if they would want to clinch it before Brazil, then they would have to have a gap of 54.
47 actually. No, you're right, 45.
54.
Yeah.
Because 2 race wins? Sorry,
yeah.
because, 45.
Yeah, oh good.
Something 2 race wins. Anyway, yeah. But I think the safety car will go in this lap, as Fig is very close to catching up.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is in this lap. And as we see now, Fallow this time in front of Alfie. Roles are reversed the last time out. Fallow gained back quite a lot with that fortunate safety car for him, but we'll see now is the time for them to go their pace on the dry slick tires, as Fallow already is going using battery going through the final corner, and I think he's restarts quite well as Alfie has some problems with the grip. Actually, Joseph quite close to him, but I don't think he will. Yes, he will be wise not to attack his teammate. Lava is not happy with all these safety cars because they are bunching the field quite a lot, and it might make him lose some position, but he does still have the 3-second penalty looming as that's his championship rival next to him on the track, Speed Demon, who is getting quite close to his adversary in the form of the McLaren driver, but not yet quite close. All of these drivers trying to attack, but they have to oblige with being unable to use the steeper system yet, so they will stay in the train of cars for now. We see them bunched up quite a lot, so there will be some attacks. I can see that coming next lap, next time out.
Yeah, and like I said, extremely close together. Let's see how this will evolve now over the next couple of laps. As we have a fight in the background. That's Sam overtaking Harold. So it's now also getting a 3-second time penalty. That's also something we could take a look at right now. The penalties. Most of the drivers have 3 seconds. We can see we got Souls, however, with 12 seconds already. Yeah, so that's quite a lot.
Massive, and considering that driver had to change his basically whole PlayStation 5 equipment, that's not bearing quite well for his ambitions, I'd say, but I hope he does keep it up because he is consistently participating as his teammate ATM Josh, who is now actually in points, which is quite impressive once again from considering they're both driving Williams, which has not worked quite well this season yet, but the Red Bull drivers were very close there into turn 6, 7 complex, as was Lava, but now actually Alfie is on the attack, using full capacity of his battery, trying to go round the outside of turn 5. Barrow is not giving up yet, but there is still a gap, although they're very close into that corner now. But Alfie will, for now, stay behind. Very close battling there as Alfie constantly sliding everywhere. I think he has gone for setup in kind of a Max Verstappen style. Big rear imbalance basically, but if you push it well, it gives you a lot of speed and a lot of consistent laps. Yeah, sorry for that.
Okay.
But Lava and Speed Demon are so close to each other, as well as GSR Callum here to ATM George, trying to rob the Williams driver of his points. GSR Callum actually started quite well, had a good qualifying position and was leading the whole train of cars, finishing at FR77 right now. Additionally, Cole's got another time penalty. I hope he doesn't come close to reaching the limit of the qualifying, but Callum now goes very confidently past ATM Josh into turn 6, as I think we've seen behind them there were some battling also. Alfie again gets close to follow, but not close enough yet.
Yeah, and with the overtake from Callum, that's also crucial because that means 2 additional points for the McLaren team, making it even closer with Alpine and makes it even more exciting for us for the last 2 rounds of the season. As we head into lap 20 now, so that means 10 laps to go now. And the field is, I mean, we basically got 2 trains right now. The top train from P1 to P6 and then a train from P8 to all the way down to P, what is it, 13, 14 maybe. So yeah, pretty close together. We have FR77 coming into the pits. That's pretty early. He might have some wing damage or so. He's going for the medium tires. And back out onto the track. Yes.
Yeah, he will go very close to his teammate, with which they had some scuffle in the qualifying, unfortunate scuffle. That might end in a heavy penalty for Far still, although he is still racing for now. So we'll see if he can do something with those medium tires, but I don't think all the top group is gonna fit again. As we see again, Alfie getting very close to follow there. At 8 it's falling quite a lot, dropping like a stone, but now we see Alfie again trying to attack around the outside. Going for the switchback, they're getting very close to each other. Wing to wing, basically, wing to the gearbox, but it's not quite enough yet. Alfie is taking kind of his time to not risk anything bad, but in doing so, he is limiting his chances to overtake Fallow back for the lead of the race. But also we saw at some moment that 8 fell a couple of positions down and basically one corner. I don't know if there was some contact maybe between all of those, but also I want to mention that both Williamson are in the points, but so had I think around 18 seconds of penalty, so he's going for the record.
Yeah, definitely. But speaking about the top runners here again, about Alfie and Thalo, you also have to say that Thalo is really good defending here, especially into the corner there. But I think now Alfie will get the position here with ease. Way before the braking zone of the chicane, Alfie retakes the lead of this race. But maybe Thalo can come back now, can retake the position once more, and he gets a great exit. Alfie struggles on the throttle, and Thalo already alongside him, going all the way down into this nice long spoon-like corner, and Thalo will get the position again.
Yes, that's it, turn 12. But he did give up the position quite easily into turn 6, which makes me think that that he might have planned it. He might have noticed that Alfie struggles on the exit of the 6-7 chicane. I see a lot of crumbling in the middle in the fight for P4 between Lava V's and Speedymon. Speedymon is dropping away a little bit from the both Red Bull drivers on the pace, but he is quite good still at defending himself at his position, not giving up the position to his championship rival quite yet.
Yeah, and we basically can see fighting here throughout this whole field. It's all so close together. We also have FR, obviously, with the medium tires now, setting the fastest lap of this session. And here we go once again. Alfie right behind Thalo. Can he maybe retake the position once again? And it looks like it, all the way down into the braking zone. Alfie taking his time this time. I think he might want to make it as hard as possible for Thalo to retake the position. But once again, Thalo with a great exit. Side by side, they both ran down towards turn 12. And Thalo, once again, already flying past the Red Bull. But it might have been a little bit early. No, Alfie, no chance of retaking that spot just now. Apex Wheeze also pretty close to the back of Lazar, but no chance for him.
Yes, into that corner, it's quite hard to attack, but drivers might get desperate soon as I think here from the corners the Apex Jones is getting very close to Alfie. It's starting to struggle with his tires quite a lot, and I think he might start to grow a bit frustrated with how Alfie can't get past through Fallow, and he might take matters into his own hands. But Fallow, with great way of strategic, basically planning, and great way of defending, as he keeps the lead still, even though he does consistently get a little bit worse exit from turn 5 than Alfie, as we now see them on minimap going through that corner. This time out, he kept a nice gap to him. And look at that, he is still able to retake it very well, having a great exit to 6 and 7 as we see into exactly that complex of corner. Weave and Lava waiting there, making contact through both parts of it. But Weave does get past, although Lava is with the DRS and they make contact again. That's free contact within a short amount of time, and Lava does retake that position back. Very harsh battling. I think it's all on the limit of clean battling, but they still seemingly accept it. between each other as we now dive down the inside of turn 13, I think it is, but there's no way through. Lotta cut the shot, but that is quite an interesting battle, and it is making them fall away from the DRS of Speed Demon actually, who has now gotten very close to the Red Bull drivers, that we also saw Sam L losing a lot of positions, and now having front wing damage. I think there was no contact. Oh, and now he goes into the wall and he resets back to the track, losing his whole wing. That's quite unfortunate for the V-Car driver, who is coming back from some absence during the previous races. But as I said, Speed Demon now has gotten very close to the Red Bull drivers, who are still in the train of thoughts. If to attack, follow, if to switch positions, maybe if to try something different to get this win, and perhaps maybe even 1-2, but follow with this very sophisticated driver, not giving up yet, just like he did in Singapore, taking every opportunity he can. Taking Speed Demon's lack of form a bit there, but now very close between them, but still defending very well into lap 24, as Reed also got past Laza now through turn 12. GSR Callum also goes past.
Oh my god,
JD
what's happening?
People hacked also. A lot of people now chose this lap to overtake each other basically.
Yeah, we see a lot of fights happening here right now throughout the whole field. Obviously, the leaders always switching around, Thalo then Ivy, both of them in the lead. We also saw Weiss now passing Laza. I think things went a little bit heated after the first initial contact between them in the chicane. We also have where did ATM Josh come from? He took a very alternative line there. But seems like he's letting the Ferrari of FR77 through there. Oh, so fair play on him. Wait, we got a safety car.
Oh my god, that's a full safety car.
What car is that? That is Sam L. Oh.
Well, you can see on the
Yeah.
back straight,
Yeah.
he's retired. That's quite interesting. Did he been out? But that is a retirement on track due to his own fault, because I didn't see any other driver there. So yeah, that is interesting. But that is a full safety car going into the final lap. So we will see a probably 2-3 lap sprint for the win of this race, with all of the leaders on the same tires.
But they will all come in for softs, I reckon. They will all come in.
They may have, but imagine now, then if Alfie stays out, he has the position, and if he can just keep it.
Yeah, but you can't defend on hard tires against fresh soft tires. That's not possible.
Yeah, but
10
might wore out very quickly.
No,
but
no.
they are all giving it
Yeah.
It's okay. Proving my theory wrong. I was just hoping for something different to spice it up, but still that safety car spiced it up quite a lot for the final lap of this race. We will have 26.
Oh, they're gonna hold us up! Oh no! Oh, he will be lucky. Oh my god! Yeah.
Actually, all of them are going for mediums. Or did someone go for soft?
Oh my god! What?
Follow Alfie, XT Joseph, the three guys that were in the lead, the leading positions before the car.
That
For medium, and then guys who were in P4, 5, 6 went for soft.
That is crazy, because we will only have 2 laps of racing, and soft will they will wear out drastically quick, but they will easily do 2 laps on them, because the safety car won't be coming in this lap. That's probably, and even if we would have 3 laps of racing, that would be enough to go with the soft. So that's very interesting now.
Yeah, because if it goes in now, it's 27, 28, 29. Yeah, so we'll have 2 laps of racing. That's the scenario with the wet weather, with the 3 wide, 2 wide, all of these battles going into turn 12 and through the first sector. That's the scenario I couldn't have predicted. like, wow, this is one of the best races of the season. I'm already calling it. I just hope they will race cleanly to the very end, all of these leaders, because they have given us until this time quite a big show, quite an incredible show, and can't wait to see the conclusion of it, basically.
Yeah, I'm also very excited and looking forward to that now as well. We also luckily have no lapped cars. Obviously, we had safety cars every now and then, so no car really got lapped. So that means no car in between all those guys, all in front of them and the safety car to make confuse things. We have a Haas coming into the pit. No, it's a V-Cup, sorry. That's Quick Vic coming into the pits. Quite late, but still alright. And yeah, so
He may have missed his entry. He may have been like in sector 1 when the safety car started.
yeah, maybe. But yeah, safety car will for sure come in because I think that's the minimum amount that needs to be done, like 2 laps after safety car reset, if I'm correct.
But they do think the drivers will catch up.
Yeah,
They
that
have
as well.
Infinity and Big Big, yeah.
Yeah, and they're already in sector 1 as well, so they will definitely catch up. And yeah, then we have the last 2 laps of round 10 here in season 14. We still got 2 races to go after that one. And yeah, this is gonna be very intense. And again, so McLaren still both in the points, not as quite as high as usual, P5 and P7. So let's hope they can make up some ground to make it very close with Alpine. Sauber as well, we got Speedyman in P3 still, he did a very solid race so far. And Jimbo also in P8 now, that's some good stuff from Jimbo as well. And I think he could be one of those guys that could use those opportunities. And yeah, oh, it's a very early call. That safety car is in.
Yeah, indeed. Safety car is already going in, but we will see also Red Bull gaining quite a lot of points if they keep their nice positions, which might get them maybe closer to P3 to Sauber actually, but indeed both Sauber and McLaren could be gaining some nice points to Alpine as well as Lapa. Even if he gains those 10-12 points, it still keeps him well within the race win of Vapor. But anyway, here we see Fallow again for the second time today, and we see a restart for the first time overall in this race. Now Fallow keeping it actually much later than the other one, using all of his tactics to try and get as bad of an exit as possible for the final corner. He does so, but Alfie still keeps very close to him, and Speedyman on soft will try to push an attack over the final 2 laps now. We are in the penultimate one, going through sector 1. Alfie is getting actually very close. Will he dive down into turn 5? No, not yet. He will try to get a better exit onto the back straight, but Speedyman is also keeping him very close, well within his reach. And all of them are quite close, but Fallow not getting any sleeps in from anyone, losing out. Alfie already in front of him. Weaves attacks down the inside of Speedyman. Speedyman was actually close to overtaking Fallow, and now the fight between Weaves and Lava is coming back alive. Now Fallow trying also to go for a move, look down the DLC, but there's no way through without the DRS here. It's very tricky. And they are going into sector 3 with Alfie in the lead.
Yeah, and we are heading then on to the final lap of this race in a couple of seconds. And just something that I realized, Speedyman, Laza, Weiss, they're all at 3 seconds. So that could potentially put Joseph back into the podium spot here, potentially. And maybe Callum as well. He came from nowhere and he's also in reach as we head into the final lap of this race then. Alfie in the lead, Thalo close behind, Speedyman over 1 second behind already, so he won't have DRS, so that he fell off drastically, even with the soft tires. That surprises me. And Lazard in P4, Weiss in P5, and he gets under attack now from Joseph, who really wants to be on that podium spot as he squeezes through, and he's now right behind the P3 and P4, Speedyman and Lazard.
And look, Fallow, Alfie trying to weave out of the slipstream of Fallow, but Fallow dives around the outside. Will try to go for a switchback, had to break a lot there. Speedyman is getting close to them, but now Fallow with a great exit going down into turn 12 for the race win. Just as for the championship, Max Verstappen, Lewis Hamilton, and Fallow that get past. Into turn 12 we have some yellow flags and ATM Josh retired, but we're focusing on the lead battle as Fallow is going for a second race win in a row. As we give big damage to both Williamsons. I think they both made contact with each other, but Fallow going through the final corners into turn 15 and into turn 16. Alfie actually getting a 3-second time penalty, which secures it basically. He just needs to go through it cleanly, and Fallow wins the race in Abu Dhabi. What a race it was. And XT Joseph jumps up to P2, getting in front of all of those guys that had the penalties. GSR Callum with career best P6, with season best P6. Lava and Speedyman not quite being able to benefit off of Vapor's retirement, and they're only getting for them P4 and P5 as Alfie completes the podium with his teammate Joseph and Fallow. What a result!
Yeah, what a crazy finish to this race, and I have to say the Williams disaster continues as they were both earlier in the points earlier in this race. And they're both now out of the points again with one DNF as well. I wonder what happened there, because the crash looked quite huge. The front right tire of that one Williams was completely missing. I wonder what happened there. But yeah, I'm pretty sure we're gonna hear a very happy P2 driver in a second. I think Joseph didn't see that coming, that he would secure P2. I mean, he was fighting for P3 with that penalties, and now he's in P2 even, so yeah, good for him and good for the Red Bull team overall as well.
Gotta say, he was a little bit hindered by his teammate in HRT Alfie, because he kind of had to stay behind. I guess he didn't want to risk it and risk his teammates' fights for the lead of the race, but in the end he does get ahead into in front of Alfie, so that's quite a turnaround, as we also see Weeze finishing P7 behind Callum with the 3-second penalty. Very clean race from both Kvik and Callum, who have gotten, actually Kvik I think is it's his first race, isn't it, right?
No, he did race before.
He did race before, but I think it would be his season's best anyways, from what I can track back to. And also Jimbo getting, I think, P9 or P8 I saw there, so some additional points for Zauber. I think, yeah, I hope you made a screenshot so we can count now and we can see, because the battles for the championships, we thought that they may have been like kind of clinched, but they are heating up a lot, which makes me very happy and very looking forward to the next races.
Yeah. Let's see if we can get them in. We switch to interviews.
Yes.
Where is it? There. Alright. Let's hope they're all joining then. Because that's gonna be a very interesting podium interviews, I would reckon. Oh, Trouble, yeah, was you, right?
Hello.
Oh.
Hello.
Okay,
Here and Trouble, can you say something?
Yeah, hello.
Okay, hello, we can hear.
Okay, yeah,
Think Alfie, right?
Yeah. Thalo won't join, sadly. Yeah, but alright then.
No, Fallow, sorry.
Thalo, yeah. Alright then we can start off our podium interviews with our top... No, wait, not to... with our two podium finishers here.
Wait, hold on. Who finished before?
I think it might be
Speed Demon.
McLaren.
Speed Demon. Oh, then...
Speed Demon.
Was
then I'll invite Speed Demon, maybe.
Was it Speed Demon? Or was it maybe Lazar? I can't remember right now.
Oh, were there?
Him or him?
I did just get the results. I like a screenshot it.
And
It was...
Speed Demon. Right? Or...
Let me refresh. It was... Speed Demon, yeah.
Okay, then can you message him?
Yes, I just messaged him. Don't worry.
Alright. Nice, then we'll just wait a couple of seconds.
Can always interview me quickly.
I just want to mention that I've had my mouth open the whole time. That you, Soren, was commentating when, like, on lap 2 or something, they had this free white battle.
Yeah.
Throughout all of the final sector. That was incredible.
I was right behind that the whole time.
Yeah.
Just sitting back, waiting for I was just waiting for a crash to happen.
I saw that behind me. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go now.
Alright, but we have Speed
Oh.
Demon in. Can you
Nice.
say something?
Yeah, I can say things.
Okay. So
Alright.
here. We can start, Soren.
Yeah, do you want to start maybe this time? Or should I?
Well, I can start. Okay. So hello, Speed Demon. Congrats on your P4 finish. Maybe it's not the best that you may have wanted, but I do want to ask you about that. How do you feel about with this result? Because you went a little bit up and down throughout all of the race, from around the position of P3 to like P6, P7, and there was a lot of factors in with the rain, with the different tire strategies. How do you feel about your result exactly?
I'm slightly disappointed. It started off in quali P2, which isn't bad, but the final lap I did were just... I could have got a pole, but no, I decided to bottle it. Lap 1, rain, of course, at Abu Dhabi is quite a shocker. But yeah, that first few laps was absolute chaos. You had Vapor crashing out lap 1 instantly, I think. That just changed everything. Then I think it was free wide between me, Oscar and Fallow, so yeah, it was very chaotic, and I'm just trying to calm down from it because it was just so crazy in the end. Then safety car came out, I think like lap 14 or 15 or something. That meant boxing onto hard, you know, another safety car restart, which is always chaotic. So yeah, then after that it still got even crazier. I mean, I think started safety car P4, then moved up to P3, then yeah, it was just, then yeah, it was at the end of the race, another safety car. I'm not sure who the in the end, but it was just last 2 laps smoothed out. Didn't manage to overtake anyone, but I think from earlier in the race when I got a 3-second penalty, I got like 5 warnings at one corner, so it was like, I think I should be able to get it removed. I've got the clip, but I think that might put me up to P2 or P3 depending on that Red Bull got the penalty at the end. So
Well, just as head of stewarding, I'm just gonna quickly mention to you, you can get that removed if it's sufficient, but you need to provide the full race director as well.
yeah, I've done that as well.
All right, no worries.
I've got screenshots of that and a whole lap as well. So yeah, I got 5 warnings in at the end of turn 1. So I think penalty get removed is likely. So yeah, not a bad result, but not a great result. Should have probably got higher, maybe a win even, but other people were just faster than me today. So slightly disappointed, but yeah, it is what
Well-
it is. Yeah.
Yeah, well then, that P4 result, which maybe will get up to P3 or P2 or whatever.
Yeah.
What do you think now about the championship actually? Because in a way, as we talked about it in the previous races, you weren't with Laza as well, maybe looking onto it too far, but Vapor did have some issues today and he did retire quite swiftly, and you did gain some good points on him, especially if you were able to get that penalty removed. And how is this looking for a championship? Maybe do you feel confident about the last two tracks if you can take the fight up to Vapor actually?
I doubt it, to be honest. It's like, I think I'd be 30 points behind if I didn't get a penalty removed, and 28 if that penalty is removed potentially. So, well, no, 22 points behind. So, or 24, I can't remember. But yeah, last two races. I'm not sure how good he's at Saudi or Brazil. So, I know I've been told that Laz is very quick at Saudi. So, he'll probably gain a few extra points there. So, I'm not really looking up, but is every opportunity, considering it is Saudi, where maybe Vapor can DNS hitting the barriers or someone hitting him. So you never know with the championship, especially after today, when Vapor retired lap 1. So hopefully something can come out of it, but I'm not very optimistic about what will happen in the future. So yeah, we'll see how it goes and go with it.
Well, don't forget that you also have the Constructors' Championship with Jimbo, which you have gotten quite close, as well as McLaren, quite close to Alpine of Vapor and previously West Rizzi and now today Oscar. So, would you be even if you do have insufficient points to take the fight down to the Brazil to try to get your the drivers' championship, would you still be giving your best, giving your all to try to maybe clinch the constructors' championship for Sauber?
Yeah, I'll definitely try and push hard, no matter what's going on. Really, even if I fumble with drivers' championship, which is very likely, to constructors' championship it might be on, depending on what happens in the next 2 rounds. I mean, Jimbo, he's definitely not a slow driver, and he's been a really helpful teammate this season. It's like at the end, like coming out of the box for the first safety car, he knew I was behind him, so he let me through, which I'm grateful for, because that probably helped me get him the podium or P4. So I've got to be thankful for him, because he's been absolutely stellar this season for the team, especially. So yeah. Hopefully we can do it, but we'll just have to see.
Actually, you can thank him now because he has joined this voice chat. Fun fact.
Well, thank you, Jimbo.
You're welcome.
Very helpful. Very helpful this
I'm
season,
always a
so
good team player, so.
yeah, I realise that now. Yeah, so yeah, thanks to you. Probably maybe get a championship for drivers or constructors. So yeah, forever helpful. So
I just happen to be a second slower a lap usually. That's my only problem.
yeah, you're not that bad though, to be honest. I find you pretty decent pace considering you got some very fast drivers in here. So yeah, thanks.
All right then. Thank you for that. Also, interview. And Soren, do you have anything more to ask our P4 finisher? Maybe even higher. See how it goes.
Yeah, I got a quick question for you, Speedyman. Obviously, your chances of winning the title are not the biggest. Obviously, they are still there, and I wish you good luck with that. But it's gonna be very hard for you to clinch the title. Maybe the constructors. But But are you already trying to look for the next season on what to do different, maybe? Or are you giving still 101% to this season and trying your best now? Or are you already trying or think about what you could have done different and maybe you should do better next season?
Yeah, there's definitely things I could have done differently, but the last two races have been on the pace for up the front, but the whole season before, well, earlier this season, I was always finishing like 10, 15, 20 seconds behind Vapor and others, so if I had the pace that I have now at the start of the season, it may be a different story, might be a bit closer, because, yeah, Spa, I was about 10 seconds off. A couple of the races, I was about 10, 15 seconds off, so yeah, I think still pushing 101%, but still looking forward to that next season and seeing what I can do differently compared to this year, and maybe there's mistakes.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, that would be everything from me then as well. Thank you for your time and congrats on P4.
Thanks.
And thank you from me too. And yes, Soren, you wanna do the next one then?
Yeah, sure. We move on then to our first podium finishers as of now. We start with wait, who was forgot.
I was P3.
Oh yeah, exactly. Oh, something's weird. All right. Yeah. So first of all, congratulations on that P3 result, Afi. Thank you for being here as well. Yeah, I mean, that wasn't the bad race. I mean, P3 is a good result. Are you a little bit annoyed or something like that, or angry maybe even that you didn't got the win in the end? I mean, you were fighting for the win for a long time. You were in the lead for a long time. In the end, it was only enough for P3. How are you feeling now after that result?
I mean, it's a bit annoying finishing P3 after leading for quite a lot of the time. I mean, the quali lap was quite unexpected. And then I felt like I drove good until the safety car came out, and the Aston Martin was lucky that he stayed out on the hinters because he got a free stop, so he got ahead of me, and then in the dirty air it was just impossible to do anything. His exits were absolutely insane, and yeah, in the end it wasn't really anything I could do. The late safety car gave me a slight chance, but I just didn't have the ERS to defend down the back straight on the final lap. And then yeah, I got a penalty because I just couldn't really be arsed anymore.
Yeah. Speaking of that final lap and the overtake, or better after the last safety car, you went on to go for the medium tires. So I at least was quite surprised by that. In the end, it was the right decision. Was that a calculated call, or was it more like maybe even a mistake or something like that? Or did you really plan on going for the intermediates because you knew that they would be better in the end?
Yeah, the mediums were, I think, are a better tyre in this game generally for a final lap stint or something like that. Because I think the softs just die out within like a half a lap or one lap, so I was just trying to see if I could continue the pace all the way through each lap, try not to lose any grips, so... But it worked in the end, but the fact the Aston went on the mediums as well just meant I couldn't really do anything. We were basically like match pace.
Yeah, and let's talk now about the first half of the race, because obviously that was going a little bit better for you. Um, Rain is always something you usually don't expect at Abu Dhabi. How was that for you? You seem to be getting up to speed quite quickly, and you were constantly doing your lap times. You were staying ahead of the field. And so, first of all, how was driving in the wet? And secondly, do you think it would made have a difference today if it would have rained throughout the whole race?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't do any practice at all. I wasn't really expecting. I forgot about the race, to be fair. But then, yeah, if it had, I think I'm quite good at rain on this game. I quite enjoy it. I usually are able to be quite quick in the rain. I think if it stayed wet throughout the entire race, I probably would have had a better chance at winning, even with the safety cars, to be fair. But yeah, I mean the DRS was definitely helping me stay with the Aston Martin because of the dirty air. So I don't know. It's all ifs to be fair. So I don't know. But yeah, just a little bit annoyed to be P3.
Yeah, alright. Matt, you wanna ask something?
Yeah, well, I was just thinking how to articulate that question um, exactly, but what was how frustrating must it be to kind of have kept your teammate behind for the majority of the final laps and then lose it out on the penalty? Does it bother you in any way, or as you said, you're kind of unbothered by it because you were only aiming for?
No, it doesn't really bother me that much to be fair. We're friends off the track, so like from different leagues and all that. So it doesn't really bother me too much. At least he's gotten a good result from it, and I've still gotten a decent result. So yeah, it's fine.
All right, thanks. Then that's all from me, and yeah, congrats on your podium then.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, she's gone already. I just wanted to say congrats again. Okay. Anyway, then we move on then to our second place finisher, Joseph. First of all, thank you for being here. Congratulations on the podium. I told Matt, said to Matt that after the race, I think we're gonna interview a very happy Red Bull P2 driver. Now my first question: are you happy with that result?
Yeah, I like that result. From P7. I thought it was a decent quali lap. It was a few mistakes in it, definitely some time in it. But when I got the race start, I was like, I'm gonna, because it was raining. I'm gonna take it safe, let all the drama happen. Then later laps, because I thought there was going to be safety cars during the race, so I just took it easy, managed to work out. In the rain, I think I got up to P5. Then that's safety car, first one, lap 14 I think. We all went hards, and it was just sitting in the train. I managed to get up to P3, and then it was just sitting by my teammate pretty much for the rest of the race, because I didn't want to attack him. Then I knew he had the faster pace than me, and we were in a race with each other, and we're all just so silent the whole time. And with him battling with that P1, I can't remember what his name is. Like he was just he, like all the
Follow.
time he was just follow. He's just complaining about the exits that he was getting, because he was getting like really good exits, but I think he was just struggling with the dirt. Yeah, so there was like some moments in the race where I did just want to overtake him, but I just decided to sit back. 'Cause I thought that was gonna be the best thing that I could do. It turned out to be good, as I got a P2.
Yeah, alright. And what was going through your head on that final lap? Because obviously it was pretty close. You obviously had no penalty. The guys in front of you had, and I mean it was. I don't know if you saw it because of the gaps the cars had, but I think you realized that you were probably fighting for P3 already. So you needed to stay within the 3 seconds to gain P3. And crossing the line, it was P2 then actually, because your teammate obviously got the penalty. But what was going through your mind on that final lap, and especially as soon as you realized you got P2 even?
Yeah, so going into the safety car, I think the gap was around 2.7 seconds. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna have to push on these mediums. They were on softs, and I think the softs were dead already after like 2 and a bit laps. So I was like, I'm gonna have to push, yeah, and then I'll definitely make sure I'm in the um 3 second gap. And then we're in race 8, he was like, oh no, I've just got 3-6. And then it came across the line, I was P2, so I was buzzing with that.
Yeah, alright. Matt, you wanna ask something?
Because now we're speaking to our P2 finisher, yes.
Yeah, Joseph.
Yeah, because the names are just mixed up a bit. Well, I just want to ask, were you frustrated by like having to stay a little bit behind your teammate, or do you have the same kind of allegiance with him, and you were basically not wanting to risk anything, and in the end you just turned out better with not getting the penalty?
Yeah, I didn't really want to overtake, as I felt like I was struggling with battery management the whole race. I was very low on battery the whole time, and I just couldn't recharge it. Because I also had a speed demon behind us, and he was like putting a little bit of pressure on. So I was like, I can't really charge that much up and then go for a move. And then, but I didn't feel like I had the pace to be leading the race, because trouble in can't remember P1, but P1 just like they were always just trying to get a little bit further ahead, and then they always went side by side with each other, going at the hairpin, and I always gained like 4, 3, like or 5 tenths, and then that just kept us in the DRS every single lap, and that seemed to keep helping us. And then as the race went on, Trouble, I could tell, because he started struggling with the tyres so much, but because I was just sitting behind, I had so much more tyres like left to push. But then I was going to start a push, then that little safety car came out, and then I had a double stack, and that cost us like 3 positions, so I could have been P3 and fighting for the win. But because the late safety car came out, Trouble said he's just gonna copy whatever P1 done, and I felt like I just had to pit, because if I didn't pit, I'm just gonna get overtaken so many more times than what I would do, because everyone else had 3 seconds. I felt like I would have lost more positions than boxing. So I lost a lot of positions but before I had the tyres to do some moves, because I think there's 5 more laps left, and it was just there's so many times where I'd say like it's almost 90 degrees at some points, and yeah, so it could have been maybe better if the safety car didn't happen, but I'm not complaining.
Alright then, that will be all from me. Thank you for the interview, and congrats on your result.
I am.
Yeah, from me as well. Eddie's gone as well. Great. Yeah, alright then. Yeah, guys, okay, so that Charlotte beat then for today for round 10 of GSR Season 14 at Abu Dhabi. That was a very exciting race. And yeah, Matt, you got anything left to say then?
Well, just an incredible race, I have to say, and that's basically all. And thanks for tuning in, as always, to anyone who watched it or watched some clips from it.
Yeah, I couldn't say anything more. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Make sure to follow the channel, or the YouTube channel, or the TikTok channel, or the Instagram channel, or any channels that we got, to make sure you don't miss out the next races we have next week. We're gonna head onto Jeddah for the penultimate race of the season. Maybe we're gonna see a champion being crowned there. Tonight we didn't. I'm Soren, on my side was Matt, and see you guys next time. Bye bye.